Some people still think you a madman.
Yeah,
When
cause
they
when I
heard you rattle off that they're gonna beat everybody in the second half.
come on, yo, all
We
right,
gonna
bro,
see.
all right.
Get them high.
All right, they got the bye week. They got the bye week right now. They chilling, but Jets money line forever. Jets money line forever.
Let's break it down.
Jets
Very,
money
very
line forever.
impactful win.
Man,
Season-saving win, some would
they
say.
started off slow. I'm not gonna lie. They started
Very,
off slow.
very.
I was like, I'm in the group chat like, boys, I don't know. Feel me? Like, but then in typical Jet fashion, this season and how
This
last
season, yeah.
season too.
Okay.
You know what I'm
I get you
saying?
that.
Like, we're gonna turn it up and try to see if we can win this game for real. They keep you hooked. You cannot watch this team. The game against the Eagles was the most watched. I think it was the most watched game this season.
Was it?
Yeah, everybody want to watch the Jets.
Mm.
Aaron Rodgers not there, but we still want to watch the Jets. Why? I don't know. You tell me.
I mean,
It's sounding pretty sanctioned.
you got a
We
young,
live right
promising
now.
quarterback.
Yo, young and promising is crazy. I go a lot. Now
But
he
you know what's
doing-
crazy?
Listen,
You
he
can
doing what he gotta
actually
do.
you can accurately say that about their running back, their star wide receiver, about a few of their players, young and promising. Is this sustainable for me, for the people
That's a fact. They're gonna keep doing
out
this.
in
Listen,
the Meadowlands or Jet Life?
you see, like the Jets got talent. The Jets got talent, and they don't have like nice talent. They have elite level talent. You have an
I
all
keep
pro
reminding
corner.
people they were constructed to be around one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game.
Yeah,
This
like,
is not a team
this
that
is not a
plans to
team.
rebuild.
Listen. Although the Jets are kind of like they're a team that we are a quarterback away, but you're not handing the quarterback rag and hoping that he could lift him up. Nah, I'm giving you a all pro caliber wide receiver.
Right.
Like, Wilson puts on his strides. G5 put on his strides is quiet. Like, we are talking about top 5 receiver potential in the same breath as the elite guys like Devontae, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Like, he can put himself in that lane if you let him. You feel me? Like, that's elite level talent. You got Brees Hall. Like, Brees Hall. That's Brees Hall. We taking it to the house. He's money, bro. Like this. Like, he has so much Le'Veon Bell in his run game, bro. So much Le'Veon
So much
Bell,
bully.
bro. Like, he just really, like, he's patient, and he's reading the
He'll
offensive
stomp into
line.
the end
Like,
zone if he
you know what I'm
needs to.
saying? Like he's run. Like, he's just looking at the field and seeing everything he needs to see, and he just takes it. He's patient. If one hole ain't open, I'm gonna go into the other one. That was crazy, but I'm gonna go hit the other one. Feel me? Like, he's so patient. Reminds me of Le'Veon Bell, and then he's mad big, bro. So it's like you try to tackle him, now he's bouncing off you real quick. It's just crazy, bro. And he's like deceptively fast.
He's a
too.
bully.
Like, he's just honestly, that's the NFL don't do the bell cow running backs anymore, but he's the definition of it. Like, that's really what it is. And so you give him those two offensive weapons. The tight end's all right. Feel me? Offensive line is not the greatest in the world, but it's not the worst in the world. You feel me? And then you go on to the defense. Look at what the defense is offering you. An all-pro corner in his sophomore year.
Shutting down deep passes.
Bro, and he's having a better year this year than he was last year.
Yeah.
And we saw what last year got him. So then you go into the linebackers. Quincy Williams looking like the best linebacker in football right now.
Yeah, I was just about to say, let's talk about the Jets defense for a second, because
feel
they
me?
really
Like,
stole the show.
Quincy Williams right now can look at the Jet defensive room and say, I'm the best player on the team right now.
Is that my son who blessed himself?
No, that's his brother.
That's his brother, right?
That's his brother.
I
And
saw
don't
it.
even get me started about the guy that's blessing himself, because he's dumb nice too. Like, the Jets have real talent. They just really need the quarterback position to not lose them games. That's it.
Yeah.
Look at what they did to Philly, bro. 14 points. Danny, they didn't score in the second half. Philly, 5-0. I didn't score in the second half.
Kind of crazy.
Feel me?
Was
Like,
it a fluke, though?
the Jets have won big games all year. Their 3 wins are pretty big wins. Well, except maybe Denver. But that Denver game, what I said about that Denver game, if they lose this game, the season's over. It's over.
Every
and what
game
they
has
did,
had the season on the line, so to speak.
For me, thank God they beat Buffalo. But as I said, they would beat Buffalo, because that's just how Jet football works, and that's how the NFL works.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the Jets winning that game is really big. Feel me? So
After the game versus Buffalo, you say, "All right, is it a fluke?" They take care of business versus Denver. and now they win big against Philadelphia. And you can't really ask if it's a fluke anymore. The Jets have the 15th ranked defense in the league
And that's because they
when it comes to
started
defensive success rate.
that 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 bad game against
How good
Dallas.
can they
Really,
be?
like, bro, they could be the best in football if they really wanted to be. If they really applied themselves for real, like they could that be one of the best defensive team in football. They were fourth last year, so why can't you be number one this year, bro? And all you got is just elite level players on every level of the defense. Like it's just, like again, it's different.
Yeah.
It's a difference when you're throwing nice guys out there. Like when you're throwing nice guys, you could probably have a solid year defensively, as a team. But the Jets are throwing you elite guys on every level, and they're not so elite guys are probably elite guys to someone else. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like they just got Sauce Gardner. That's super level elite.
Even
But
though he's
then you
only in
had-
his second year in the league.
Exactly. Even though it's only, but he really got it. Like it's like that for him. It's like that. They're not testing him for real like that. Feel
Yeah.
me? But then on the other side, DJ Reed is your number 2. But if you put DJ Reed on a lot of these teams, bro, he's their number 1.
Mm.
He's their number 1. No questions asked.
They-
So they
they-
throwing
they-
you talent.
There's a lot of key moments in their wins, even that you just say like, "Yo, they were fortunate." Granted, against Kansas City, they didn't get the ball to bounce their way. They didn't get some favorable calls, but lately, bro, it's felt like that drop catch by Devontae Smith, the interception by Hurts, is that lack of great play by those who we expect to be great, or is that just the Jets trumping
Nah,
their
I think-
expectations?
look, and I like to do this a lot with football. Like, let's say like I watch the Jet game like the day after, I'm watching like some little pieces of game film that they might put up on like Twitter and shit. And luckily that you say that on the Hurts interception, because literally the Jets set that up from the second quarter. Like I watched the game film of how Salah was deploying that scheme of defense, that look, from the second quarter on. And as the game progressed, the scheme was working better for him. Because at first, I think the first couple times they reviewed that look, Philly had a big play. Next time they ran it, incomplete pass.
So they
Like,
got better
really-
results every time.
They were getting better
they
results
invested in
every
it.
time. So then, boom, they ran that same look, and Hurts just didn't peep the safety playing under, and he ain't peep it because he saw it 3 times before and ain't see that.
I was gonna say, if he saw it 3 times before, wouldn't you think he learned the coverage more every play?
Nah, because he saw it the first 2 times, but he saw it the first 2 times, but never adjusted to the Jet adjustments to it,
So what was he supposed to do in that situation?
bro. He dropping back. You seen it a couple times. The only times they were gonna make you really struggle with it is because they got home to you. But if they not home, he wasn't gonna get tackled. He wasn't gonna get sacked.
It wasn't being rushed in the pocket.
He wasn't being rushed. He just did not see the defenders. He didn't see it, and it wasn't like Tony Adams made a ridiculous play. He was really just there, like he was waiting for
Consistent.
it. He was just waiting for it, and
Interesting.
Hurts didn't see him through it. and
This
boom,
this
pick.
team is not playing like a team who's waiting for their quarterback to return. This team is playing like a team who's gonna win with or without him.
It's gonna
Do
win
you
with
do
it,
you
yeah.
see Aaron Rodgers making a serious return this year? He's already walking on the field,
Yo,
throwing the football, which is insane, bro. It got me jealous, bro.
like look,
Cause I'm
Well,
over here, bro.
yo,
Shit.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I said in the Jet Chat. Shout out to Jet Chat. We do this shit every week. We do this shit every day for real in the Jet Chat. We just talking Jets, bro. Like for real. So they know what they know how I said it in the chat. Like I'm not gonna put my mind to it right now because it's like then I'm gonna spend my season just like, all right, when is he gonna return? When is he gonna return? And I think this team is too good for me to do that shit to myself every week. So like when I see breaking news, Aaron Rodgers will start week whatever versus whoever, I can't really put my time to
invest in it.
I can't invest my time thinking about that situation.
Is that what you would tell the players to think?
I think that what's crazy?
If they ask your unqualified opinion.
You know what's crazy though, Danny? Like, this is how you know shit for the players could be different for shit for the fans. Like, because in my head, I don't want to spend my time thinking about, Rodgers is coming back.
Right.
When is Rodgers coming back? Rodgers is gonna come back. But the Jets are playing like a team that's dead ass doing that.
Interesting. Nah, for real though.
We gonna play our asses off every week because this nigga might dead ass come back.
So they actually are playing with him returning to the roster in mind.
Like they're playing, bro.
In a weird way. It's like don't ignore the fact that he could return.
E-
Use the fact that he
exact-
could return to motivate you to play
exactly,
even
'cause
better.
they're thinking to themselves, bro, if we end the year bad, we didn't even give him a chance to come back.
What is there to come back to?
What is there to come back to? But if we really put it like, we in the playoffs. Like, let's get our asses to the playoffs because if he can play in the playoffs, bro, we could dead ass win a Super Bowl. That's what they're telling themselves. Me as a fan, I'm telling myself, I'm not gonna think about it because I don't want to spend my entire year thinking about it. Because what if he don't come back? Like, it can really be that he's not gonna come back this year.
Also,
you know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of football to watch that doesn't include him until then. So it's like
Exactly. So
we can't just ignore.
you know what I'm saying? Because you would really spend your time thinking like, every week, like just hoping for new Rodgers news. Now you watching the Jets to see what's the new Rodgers update. Now you never followed him on Instagram before, but you about to follow him on Instagram now to see if he's posting up.
Yeah, nah, it ain't it.
You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather not do that to myself. Like right now in my head, I don't think he's coming back. That's it. And like, when do you think he will come back? When it says breaking news, Aaron Rodgers is coming back.
When they tell you, when you find out like everybody else.
Like honestly, I probably won't even believe it when they tweet it. Like I'm gonna believe it when he actually is like at the line of scrimmage about to hike the ball.
Type shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't do it to myself. Listen,
that's a healthy mentality to have.
If anybody's gonna fuck around and do this shit for real, it's gonna be him. But I can't put it in my head that that's gonna be his vibe.
I see what you mean. If he comes back in the playoffs, it's gonna be a lot at stake. If he comes back and they're about at 500 with a couple games left in the season, to see if they get in the playoffs, it's gonna be even more at stake. So I'm kind of interested to see because that's not an injury you just nurse back from. Sorry, that's not an injury you just come back from. It's an injury you nurse over time.
Nah, bro. Like this shit take, bro. This shit, like the Achilles is really like the worst injury you can get in sports, bro. No bullshit. Like you literally come back after a year. Really, like that's when you really come back. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't. Yeah. It's not the. It's not the
him to come back in January.
Yeah, bro. Like, but in this case,
that's kind of crazy.
He trying to come back in fall. He trying to say fuck the rest of that. Like,
how do you do that, bro?
Yeah, like I don't listen. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what's really possible and what's not, bro. Because you know maybe people done what he's done with right now, like walking without the crutches,
right?
Or like throwing. Like we don't know. Like honestly, like
everybody's different.
Don't know, bro.
Everybody's different.
So it's like when I saw him throwing the football, I'm like, that's fire. Like I'm like that's fire. That's dope. But then like everybody on Twitter just like, oh my god, like he's throwing the football. I'm like. I can't let myself get to this. I can't let myself get to this.
You
like,
worried
about? Oh my God, he's throwing the football,
Sunday.
Bro.
He's about
he's about to